So in Broadland, up to 5 players choose a home-based boatyard. Players decide on the length of cruise they want to have, anything from 2 days to 5 days in the base game, and with the expansion you can extend that to a 6 or 7 day cruise. Each player has a set of cruise cards, and on that card there'll be some destinations which you have to reach in order to win the game. You have to have them all to win. You can achieve them in any order you want. You score points for these destinations at the end according to how well you conduct yourself, i.e. stick to speed limits, etc. Because you advance up this river etiquette track when you're considerate, but you go down when you're not, for instance if you're speeding. But of course there's a fixed time limit, number of days for the cruise, so you have to keep an eye on this time, and sometimes it pays to go faster. The bulk of the points you're going to be scoring are gained in 2 main ways. One is visiting tourist sites along the way, and you've got complete freedom where and when you stop and moor and score. The second way is by doing your activity. One member of your crew will be your enthusiast who has an interest in either bird watching, fishing or photography. There's numerous opportunities for your enthusiast to practice his or her hobby and add to your score of victory points. Your makeup of your crew of passengers will be randomly generated. You'll have a mixture of adults, seniors and kids. One of these will be your enthusiast. When you make your visits to the tourist sites, each passenger type scores differently. What they score is indicated by the matching colours, i.e. black for adults, blue for seniors and green for kids. These points are added to the score track immediately you do your visit, so you can always see who's in the lead. In fact, one of the main parts of the game is to keep an eye on the competitors and keep up with them if they start scoring in a big way. The other thing to notice is that all tourist sites have opening and closing times, so this dictates where and when you will be mooring and scoring. So how do we know what time it is? Well, the game runs on days and hours rather than turns and rounds. A day's cruising consists of separate hours of 9 to 10, etc., all the way up to 5 to 6. And after 6 o'clock, there's an opportunity to do your activity once more, called the evening activity bonus round, and then finally you have the evening pub bonus round, where if you're moored next to a pub, you can finish the day relaxing, having a pint and scoring there too. So the process of carrying out your activity is as thematic as the rest of the game. You can earn victory points by doing your bird watching, fishing or photography, or you can sometimes choose to gain experience. Why would you do that? Well, when the weather's bad, you can rely on your experience to still be able to do your activity when those with little experience can't do it. The weather plays a big part in the game, and although you start with a forecast for each cruise day, it's likely to change. After all, we are talking about the British weather here. There are various other ways of earning points, such as event cards, which are drawn whenever you pass over certain spaces. These give excellent opportunities to gain points, for instance by collecting sets of visits to the same type of tourist site, which are attractions, churches or abbeys, pubs, or nature reserves and parks. Further opportunities are available with the daily bonus cards, which are drawn each day and provide another way of scoring. So the object of the game is to get back to your boatyard by the end of the cruise, having been to all your cruise card destinations and having amassed a load of points along the way. There's a final end game scoring, and you'd be surprised how close games which go over 7 whole days get once everything is accounted for. For instance, you lose points for every pound you spent during the game. You'll be spending money on buying fuel, and for paying for private moorings when you can't find a normal mooring, which is quite common. You lose points for the number of spaces you finished from your boatyard, because not everyone manages to get back home by the end. They're too busy trying to score points. So with a load of meaningful decisions to make, Broadland provides an exciting strategic challenge, which apart from the race and scoring elements really does capture the magic of cruising the Norfolk Broads.